I mentioned last week that the leader of Hezbollah had given up all electronic devices for security reasons and was now relying on couriers with secret messages to communicate. Well, didn't do him any good, as Saeed Hassan Nasrallah died this week in Beirut, along with 20 other leading high-level Hezbollah operatives after a Israeli bombardment of the city. Now, while I have no sympathy for either Hezbollah or Hamas, which slaughtered 1,139 innocent Israeli civilians on October 7th and took others into hostage, I am beginning to wonder why they're designated terrorists when the IDF has killed 40,000 innocent Gazan men, women and children since that date, bombing places thought of before as out-of-bounds sanctuaries such as schools, hospitals and places of worship, all the while arguing that their actions were justified because Hamas was using civilians as a human shield. When you have a land space that small and a population that big, that's no longer a justification. What makes the Nasrallah attack all the more surreal is that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu reportedly gave the go-ahead for it from an office in the UN headquarters in New York. So much for the UN definition of peace, which states that peace is a condition in which individuals, families, groups, communities experience low levels of violence and engage in mutually harmonious relationships. Netanyahu was there in a vain attempt to justify his actions. Not that many world delegates heard what he had to say, as the vast majority of the assembly walked out when Netanyahu took to the stage. What we're left with is a Middle East now teetering on all-out war, with Iran threatening severe repercussions. And considering Netanyahu appears completely oblivious to any outside constraints whilst holding a not insubstantial nuclear arsenal, the world itself is now in mortal danger. Israel, of course, has never admitted to having nuclear weapons, whilst regularly assassinating nuclear scientists in Iran. Nor has it signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty because it doesn't have nuclear weapons, even though everybody knows that they have nuclear weapons. Now, considering the US and its allies invaded Iraq on the pretense that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction, something which was subsequently proved to be a complete lie, I'm sure it's only a matter of time until the US and UK invade Israel due to them having an illegal cache of nuclear weapons which they must be disarmed of. Not likely. Not likely at all.